Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in Ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin amin. Subhanakallahumma khairal muallimin 'allamta bil qalamil qurunal ula arsalta bit tawrati Musa hadiya wa banal batuli fa'allama al injila wa fajjarta yanbu'al bayani Muhammada fasaqal hadisa wa nawala tanzila. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh habibuhu wa safiyuhu wa khaliluh an-nabiyul mustafa wal habibul mujtaba wa ala alihi wa sahbihi fi kulli lamhatin wa nafasin adada ma wasi'ahu ilmullah. Allahumma salli wa sallim ala nuril anwar wa sirril asrar wa tiryakil aghyar wa miftahi babil yasar sayyidina maulana Muhammadin al-mukhtar wa alihi al-athhar wa ashabil akhyar adada ni'amillah wa ifdali. Allahumma arzuqna sirqa fil qawl wal ikhlas fil amal. اللهم اجعلنا من الذين يستمعون القول فيتبعون أحسنه. اللهم ارزقنا فهم النبيين حفظ المرسلين إلهام الملائكة المقربين بجاه سيد الأولين والآخرين. يا حليم خلقنا بخلق الحلم وحققنا بحقائق العلم. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم ولا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. أما بعد. So inshallah today we will continue our class. So before we start our class, I have one video for you to show to all of you for startup, inshallah. So enjoy the video, inshallah.
My point being is I want to say a few things, and I don't want anybody to take any offense. Fard Ain is the most serious thing in your life. There's nothing more serious than learning the rules of prayer. There's nothing more serious than learning how to do tahara. There's nothing more serious than learning how to recite the Quran properly. Wallahi, all of your university studying, your engineering, your medicine, your humanities, none of that equals one iota of learning how to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because the biggest doctor in the world, with all of the degrees in the world, on the Yawm al-Qiyamah, none of those degrees are going to benefit him one iota. If he never learned how to do wudu, if he never learned how to pray, if he never learned how to read the Quran, it's meaningless. Nothing. Haba'an manthura. Khalil ibn Ahmad, one of the great grammarians of the history of Islam, who set out the science of arud, which is how to recite mustaf'ilun, mustaf'ilun, mustaf'ilun. He took all the lines of poetry and put them in abhur. He was seen after he died, and one of the people who saw him in the dream, he asked him, ماذا فعل الله بك? What did Allah do with you? He said, غفر لي. قال كيف وجدت العروض والنحو والصرف؟ قال وجدته هباء منثورا. I found it was just dust scattered. Dust scattered. Right?
Allah. So this is the advice that keep me going, to learn this Fard Ain. So inshallah, no worries. But when we already start our class, this is the class of Fard Ain. So inshallah, we inshallah all what our deeds in the past, Allah will count, inshallah. So we'll start with our text. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Qala Shaykhuna al-Musannif rahimahullah wa nafa'ana bihi wa bi'ulumihi fi darain amin. So the Shaykh said, Imam At-Tahawi said in his book, in Aqidah At-Tahawiyah, he said, وَلَا يُشْبِهُ الْأَنَامِ. He does not resemble the creation. Okay? So the proof of that, Allah Ta'ala said in Al-Quran, وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ. In Surah Al-Ikhlas, in the verse 4, Allah said, وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٍ. He has no equals or similars. وَلَمْ يَكُلْ لَهُ كُفُوًا. Kufu, kafa'ah. Right? Even in Malay we have the word sekufu. Right? Sekufu. That's the mean. The means is we are similar or we have the equal status. So Allah said in Al-Quran, He doesn't have any kufu. Kufuan ahad. Not even single thing. They have the kafa'ah with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Similarities with Allah. So why He mentioned this thing, this is among the He will repeat this problem again in the next chapter, the next two chapter, in what have been Sayyidi do in his commentary of this text. After this chapter, in the bab of Tawheed, the oneness of God, the oneness of the Ilah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. After this, he will mention about the Anbiya, about the Rasul, about the Prophet. Then after that, he will again continue with this discussion. It's about the La yushbihul anam. He doesn't have the resemblance of any of his creation. Okay? Why? Because it will lead to anthropomorphism. What is anthropomorphism? In Arabic, we call tashbih and tajsim. Tashbih, you are making God similar to his creation. Tajsim, you give God a body. You give God a limbs to him. Okay? So, this is what called anthropomorphism. This quite technical word, come from anthropology and morphism. In essence, anthropomorphism is attributing human features, even not human features, any features that from the creation, have leg, have limb, have organ, have face, have hair, have hand, have arm, have finger, any things like that are called anthropomorphism. And what Sayyidi Sheikh said in his commentary, he said that this is straight blasphemy. Okay, this is straight kufur. Okay, kafir. Whoever said that God has a hand or he's like a human, things like that, so it's straight blasphemy. It's straight kufur. And some are sugarcoating. Some people are sugarcoating. You will see some people are reading this text, this Sheikh Imam Tahawi text, with the sharah, with the commentary of this kind of blasphemy, this kind of anthropomorphism. They say what? If you have the notes by Sayyidi Sheikh in the page, in the page 56. Okay, in the page 56. I think I can show it to you here. Before this, the one that the religion, some of the people are from other religion, Christian and Jew, they attributing their God with this humankind. This is I think from Bible. Okay, Sayyidi Sheikh take it. The example is from Bible, but this is the one that I mentioned. Okay, but he said that there, he said the implicitly devious. This. Some people who claim Islam attempt to be more implicit and philosophical about it. So in an attempt to conceal their belief, they attribute God with many of the above mentioned attributes. And then they say what? They say the following nonsensical statement. He is attributed with limbs, organ, direction, residing in a place, sitting on a chair, time, limits, 2 hands, 2 feet, lips, face, hip, fingers, etc., etc. But they say what? They say all these things are his attribute, but in a manner that suit his majesty. This is you will see the common people will say. And this aqidah been taught in Malaysia. I see in some video. Do not search for it in the YouTube. But if you see some people that are teaching Aqidah Tahawiyah, you will see some of this attribution. So that's the main thing. I always hear this. Because why? Because they said God has hand but not hand like us. Yeah, like what? Like goat? Like monkey? Monkey also has hand. So like what? He said that the hand that is suited to him. We say hand is not suitable for him. Because what? Because hand, if we say hand is what? Hand is ada depan ni doktor kan. But in language, hand is what? Is things from the finger up to this thing. So it has limit. We said God has no limits and boundaries. If we attribute to him hand, so that means we attributing some limit to his zat, to his being. So that is the problem. That's the main problem to the discussion. Okay. So we said that God has his zat. He has his what zat? We want to translate. Essence. He has his essence, but he has no body. That's you need to, because body is what? Body is a particles. The particles that being combined to form organ, things like that, cell, things like that. So we doesn't attribute that to God. Okay, we doesn't attribute that to God. All right. So that's about it. So the conclusion of Sayyidi Sheikh said what? He said that this is a dangerous methodology. It is in fact the same as pure anthropomorphism, however with a special addition entailing that it is suited to His Majesty. So this is the problem. The truth, Islam indeed consider ascribing God with any such thing as clear blasphemy. It is blasphemous to believe that God is attributed with human features, human face, lip, teeth, 2 hands, fingers, hip, 2 legs, 2 feet, and etc. etc. Islam consider all these things imperfection as they are human attributes indeed. So, let's say, for example, Sayyidi Sheikh said in his lecture in Aqidah Tahawiyah, he said, if we attribute it to human, let's say I said, Sayyidi Doctor, your name? Faizal. Azmil. So Dr. Azmil is genius. Okay? Is it good? Is it good, the attribute? Yes, it's good. But if we mention it, if we attribute it to God, Sayyidi Sheikh said is straight blasphemy. God is not genius. God has ilm, but God is not genius. Why? Because genius is we be coming with, sometimes with genetic, sometimes with usaha, we need to do the exercise, things like that. Okay? We do not say today God is a power, tomorrow God more power. Tomorrow, the next day is become more power. He has more power. No, God power never ever changing, because change are the attribution of creation. Change is the attribution of creation. We sit, we stand, we coming up, we coming down. All that is the attribute of change and the attribute of creation. God is not coming up, not coming down, not in the place, not out of the place. So all of that is not from God. Okay, all the attribution that we can attribute to human, attribute to the creation, we cannot attribute it to God. Then people will ask the next question. The next. I think we have in the next slide. But Allah Taala said He is wa huwa samiul alim, wa huwa samiul basir. God hear and God seeing. We also seeing. We also hearing. So there is some attribution of us to God, and God attribute Himself with that attribution. So how we want to understand that, we will see in the next slide, insyaAllah. Okay? Baik. Okay. So for the next ayah, Hayyun la yamut, Qayyumun la yanam. Allah Ta'ala said, He is attributed with life and is not subject to death. He is eternal, Qayyum la yanam, and He is not subject to sleep. God never sleep, even sleepy, no. God never sleepy, ngantuk, mamai, no. Never, ever. Okay? The proof of Hayyun la yamut, Allah Ta'ala said, Huwal hayyu la ilaha illahu fad'uuhu mukhlisina lahuddin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. In Surah Al-Ghafir, He said, He is the one attributed with life. There is no God but Him. So pray to Him and be sincere in the religion to Him only. Praise to be Allah, the Lord of the world. So Allah Ta'ala hayyun la yamut. Allah Ta'ala mentioned in Al-Quran, Huwa hayyun la yamut. He's a high, living God, and la yamut, He will never ever die. He not dying right now, and He not dying whenever. Okay, whenever ever. So he is hayyun. He attribute with life, and his life is eternal. His life is eternal. Then he said the proof for qayyumul la yanam. He said Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm. In surah, in ayatul kursi that we always read in every day, if in our life, in our awrad, in our hizb, Allah Ta'ala said, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. There is no God but Him, the one attributed with la, hayyun qayyum, everlasting. And He is not subject to somnolence nor sleep. Okay, somnolence, no sleep. Ta'khudhuhu sinatun wala nawm. Alright. So God never sleep, never mamai, right? No sleepy, forgetfulness. All that is one of the imperfection, the imperfection attribute that is mustahil, inconceivable to be attributed to God. Okay. Then next, khaliqun bila hajah, raziqun bila ma'unah. He said He created without a need to create. Khaliqun bila hajah. He create without a need to create. Dia menciptakan tanpa perlu pun untuk dicipta. He created bila hajah, without any hajah, without any needs for Him. No. He just created whatever he want. He do whatever he want. So He created without any hajah. He doesn't need anything. We do things that we need. Sometimes we do things that we do not need. Playing games, that's not really need lah. Kan? That's just for happiness. But God do things that doesn't. He do not created things that He need. No, He create without any needs. And He said, Raziqun bila ma'unah. And He is sustainer, provider for all without any difficulties. Without any difficulties. So it is easy for God to do anything for Him. It is easy for Him to do anything. So Raziqun is sustainer, provider. He can give us, become a millionaire, billionaire just in an instant. We check our bank account online right now. We can millionaire already. Yeah, we can. But it's not that. That's not the sunnatullah. That's not how the way God do in this world. But if God can, yeah, He can. No problem. Yeah, no problem. And in that sense, we say God can make us an awliya in any instance. In any instance. So have faith, have belief, have the hope to God, so God can make us better, insyaAllah. Ma qadarullah haqqa qadrihi. People doesn't give God what the place, the attribution that are suitable for Him. He can do anything He want at any instant that He want. But He teach us to live in this world with some rules. So we follow the rules. If we want to have the knowledge, we go to study things like that. Yeah. But if God want to make us a professor in just one day, or in just, people are doing that. Some of our scholars, in some of the stories been telling to us in the manaqib of al-salihin, some of the scholars are, sometimes they just read one book in one night and they become the expert in that field. Alright, subhanallah, God can do it, but with himmah, with the high what we call himmatul aliyah, passion, semangat yang tinggi, not spirit, aspirasi, with high aspiration. Alright, okay, himmatul aliyah, high aspiration. So like one of my teacher, he is studying up until even when people are doing Eidul Fitri, he doesn't go to raya, datang rumah orang, ziarah. No, he stay in his house, in his pondok, in his madrasah, and do the memorizing of the mutun of ilm, the knowledge, the matan, the ikhtisar. what we call the ringkasan matan of one of the matan zubat, matan zubat, and he memorizing it up until he become pitam, kan, dia terlampau lama sangat membaca. So this is the himmah of those people, and Allah Ta'ala can give to them and to us also, insyaAllah. Then he said the proof for the khaliqun bila haja. Allah Ta'ala say in Al-Quran, Qulillahul khaliqu kulli shay'in wa huwal wahidul qahhar. Say Allah is the creator of all things and He is the one, the omnipotent. Hal min khaliqin ghairullah. Is there any creator other than Allah? Allah Ta'ala asks us. This is theoretical question. Allah Ta'ala asks. This is kind of like, do you really believe there is other creator than Allah? And that's how we read it. Okay. Then another one, Allah Ta'ala said, Am khuliqu min ghairi shay'in am humul khuliqun. Were they created without a creator, or are they the creator? Were they created without a creator? Is anything created without any creation? No. We said everything that have the beginning, everything that attributed with creation are created. Okay. So all are created, creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah Ta'ala khaliqun bila haja. And then he said, raziqun bila ma'unah. Kan, Allah Ta'ala raziqun bila ma'unah. Allah Ta'ala said, wallahu khairur raziqin. Allah is the best provider. Allah is ar-razzaq, okay? The one that give us, the one that sustain us, the one that provide us with all the thing that we need. Sometimes people, we forget that our provider is Allah. Sometimes we think that our boss is our provider. Sometimes we think our pay slip is the thing that sustain us in this world. But think deeper. Okay? Think deeper. Who's the one that make our heart beat every second? Our boss? Ourselves? No. No. Who's the one that give the instruction to our heart to beat when we are in our mother's womb? Yeah. When we just only 4 months, right? 4 months, is it doctor? Yeah, 4 months. We only 4 months without any brain to instruct the heart or things like that. Who's the one? Our mother? Our mother also cannot do anything. So we never the rizq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the raziq, ar-raziqun, Allah Ta'ala give to us in many ways that we do not see it as gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We think, we see it as a rizq, as a ni'mah, as a provision from Allah when we lost it. Yeah, when we have heart attack, when we have macam mana, kan? All those kind of things, then we say, this is all ni'mah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So this is the Allah Ta'ala give without any what we call difficulties. Okay, Allah give without any difficulties. And one of the translation of ulama in Fatani, they say that Allah, the sifat Ar-Rahman, Allah Ta'ala is the, what we translate Ar-Rahman? Merciful. The generous, most generous, right? The most generous, right? In Fatani, or in Kelantan, I think they translate it as Allah Ta'ala with the sifat of yang maha boros. Boros ni apa? Boros ni apa? What's the meaning of boros? We said spend without thinking, right? Spend without, what's the word in English? So, overspending not. Overspending very, very, very business term. Lavish, alright. Lavish. Allah Ta'ala give without thinking, I will not go to poverty. No. He give, right? Without mauna. We check first. Which one? The blue one. Okay, this one can. So the problem. Okay, and we arrange by turutan kan, by ascending the smaller ones in the front and the bigger one at the back. So we take the easy one in the front. So yeah, kita kedekut lah. Yeah. Okay, that's that. But then Allah Ta'ala said, Mumitun bila makhafah, ba'ithun bila masyaqqah. Allah Ta'ala, He wills for death of His creation without fear, and He resurrect ba'ithun bila masyaqqah, and He resurrect without any difficulties. Okay, so this is what being mentioned in Suratul Yasin when the kuffar ask, you said that Allah Ta'ala al-ba'ith, but we do not see any if really your God is there, resurrect back our ancestor, who's the ancestor of the Mudar or Nidar or Adnan or the prophet grandfather, who's Abdul Muttalib bin Hashim bin Abdul Manaf bin Qusay. Qusay is one of the grandfather, the most important, one of the important grandfather of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Why? Because Qusay is the one that they established the tradition in the Quraysh in the Mecca, right? Like giving water to the Hujjaj, right? Giving water to the pilgrimage, holding the key to the Kaabah, right? So he is the one, the li'ilaf Quraysh ilafim rihlat ash-shita' was-sayf. The rihlah of shita and sayf, they are going out when the season of summer to Sham or to Yemen is being established by Qusay. Being established by Qusay. Why? Because in summer the Mecca is very hot, so they are going out. They're going for rihlah. They're going for vacation. Okay, so Allah Ta'ala al-ba'is bila masyaqqah. So they ask the Prophet to ask God if he really the ba'is, resurrect back the ancestor Qusay or Mudar, their ancestor, the Quraysh ancestor. So Allah Ta'ala said back to them in Surah Yasin, is it difficult for Allah Ta'ala Allah Ta'ala making you without anything? So is it difficult to resurrect you back from your remnants? Allah Ta'ala created you from just a water, from just a simple single, not a very single drop, just the part, a million part from the single drop of that water, that liquid, right? That liquid. Allah Ta'ala created you to become very sophisticated, very complex human body. Is it difficult for Allah Ta'ala to just resurrect you back from your bone, your remnant of your bone? So, that's not difficult for Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. Okay? Then Allah Ta'ala said, then the Shaykh said, مَا زَالَ بِصِفَاتِهِ قَدِيمًا قَبْلَ خَلْقِهِ لَمْ يَزْدَدْ بِكَوْنِهِمْ شَيْئًا lam yakun qablahum min sifatihi. He has always existed eternally with his attribute before any creation. Bringing creation into existence did not add anything to his attribute that was not already there. No. Okay. What mean? In the next sentence he will show what it mean. But the proof for that, Allah Ta'ala said, Ya ayuhan nas antumul fuqara'u ilallah wa huwal ghaniyul hamid. Allah Ta'ala say, oh mankind, ya ayuhan nas antumul fuqara', you are the needy to Allah. We are all in neediness to Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala. And Allah is the one who is in need of anything. To him praise is due. Kan? Innallaha ghaniyun hamid. Kan? To him the praise is due. And Allah Ta'ala said, Kana Allah wa lam yakun. Nabi SAW said, Kana Allah wa lam yakun shay'un ghairuh. Allah existed eternally when nothing else existed. Okay. This is the one that we said Allah Ta'ala being attributed with all His sifat, with all His attribution, when all the things are not in place yet. So when we say Allah Ta'ala Al-Ba'is, even when there is no human, even there is when all is this creation, this alam, this universe are not being created yet, Allah already be attributed with the sifah of the Al-Bari, Al-Musawwir, Al-Khaliq, and all this, the Ar-Razzaq, even though there is nothing to give the rizq to them. Okay? So he said, وَكَمَا كَانَ بِصِفَاتِهِ أَزَلِيًا كَذَلِكَ لَا يَزَالُ عَلَيْهَا أَبَدِيًا. As he always was with his attributes in pre-eternity, in azaliyan, this is one of the term in Arabic that same in Malay. We said sejak azali lagi, right? So it's same as Arabic, azaliyan. Okay? So he will remain as such everlastingly. La yazalu alaiha abadiyan. He will remain with all his attribute everlastingly. Everlastingly. His attribution will not change whatsoever. Okay, will not change. And he said, لَيْسَ مُنْذُ خَلَقَ اسْتِفَادَ الْإِسْمِ الْخَالِقِ وَلَا بِإِحْدَاثِهِ الْبَرِيَّةِ الْإِسْتِفَادَ اسْمَ الْبَارِ. He said, it was not only after creating the creation he gained the attribute of the creator, nor was it only after originating and title he gained the attribute of Al-Bari, the originator. This is what he mean from the previous sentence. Okay, Allah Ta'ala has this attribute, the Al-Bari, Al-Khaliq, Al-Musawwir, Al-Razzaq, Al-Jabbar, all these things, without any creation, without any needs for the creation to be existed in the first place. He already been attributed with all this attribution. That what is his mean by this. So the proof for it, Allah Ta'ala said, yes, هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم. Allah Ta'ala said, He is Allah, the creator, the originator, and the fashioner. Okay, Al-Musawwir, the fashioner. To Him are the names of perfection. All these three names, again, Al-Khaliq, Al-Bari, Al-Musawwir, all is mean creating things. But it has specific meaning. The Al-Khaliq is the one that create, Al-Bari the one that originate things from without any examples, and Al-Musawwir is giving it fashion to create it in the circle or blocks or things like that. That's the meaning. Okay, if we translate just simple, all this mean creating things. Okay, creating things. To Him are the names of perfection, Asma'ul Husna, and all that is in the heaven and the earth glorify Him, and He is the Almighty and All-Wise. Okay? Baik. So Allah Ta'ala attribute Himself with all this, the creator, the originator, and the fashioner. And He is attributed all this name pre-eternity. Means that sejak azaliyan, since eternal, Allah Ta'ala already attribute Himself with all these things, and we are not yet being created. So this is what He mean by this ayah. Okay, then He said, lahul ma'na rububiyyah wala marbuba wa ma'na al-khaliq wala makhluq. He was always the Lord even when there was nothing to be Lord of. Lahu ma'na rububiyyah wala marbub. He always Lord even when there was nothing to be Lord of. Means when the creation is still not being created, Allah already being Lord. We are not king if we doesn't have any rakyat. Okay. How we want to be a king if you are alone? In Malaysia you are alone. All people already migrated to Thailand, maybe. Right? So how you want to be a king? Okay, so you must need a subordinate to you to become a boss. You need to have son to become a father. But Allah Ta'ala doesn't need that to become a Lord. Doesn't need any of His creation to become a Lord. Wa ma'na al-khaliqu wa la makhluq. And He already always the creator even without any creation. Okay, so that's the mean. And the proof for that, he said, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Praise to Allah, Lord of the world. Surah Al-Fatihah. Okay, praise to Allah, Lord of the world. So Allah Ta'ala praising Himself even when there is no other people. Allah Ta'ala attribute to Him the Lord of the world even when there is no world. Okay, even there is no world. Okay. Then he said, so I think we will stop here. Here, وَكَمَا أَنَّهُ مُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى بَعْدَمَا أَحْيَا اسْتَحَقَّ هَذَا الْإِسْمِ قَبْلَ إِحْيَائِهِمْ كَذَلِكَ اسْتَحَقَّ اسْمُ الْخَالِقِ قَبْلَ إِنْشَائِهِمْ. So this is the same like the previous one. Although he is attributed being the resurrector, but because the dead will be resurrected, yet He Ta'ala had the attribute before resurrection and anything. There is nothing that been resurrected, right? Currently lah. Alright. So we said that He already been attributed with the resurrector, with name Al-Ahya, Muhyi wa Mumit, the one that resurrect and the one that making things dead. Similarly, He had attribute the creator before creating anything. So it's the same like the previous one. So this is the proof from Surah Ar-Rum. Allah Ta'ala said, فَانْظُرْ إِلَىٰ آثَرَ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ كَيْفَ يُحْيِي الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا إِنَّ ذَلِكَ لَمُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Look, therefore, at the result of Allah's mercy in creation, how He give life to the land after its death. We see the some of the Saharan desert, things like that. Allah Ta'ala give life to them. There is cultivation things. We see some grass. We see some planting some oases in the dead place. So Allah Ta'ala give life to them. He verily the one who give life to the dead, and He is omnipotent. Right? So we stop here. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ وَكُلِّ شَيْءٍ إِلَيْهِ فَقِيرٌ وَاللَّهُ تَعَالَى أَعْلَمُ. Any question for this part? InsyaAllah. My teacher always say, if there no question, there is only two possibilities. Either you are completely understand, or completely do not understand anything. You do not understand. But insyaAllah, we have something, insyaAllah. Hopefully. I hope I make the slide easier to understand. Okay. So that's it. We stop for 15 minutes, insyaAllah. Wallahu ta'ala alam, wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam.